yes it could. Something's coming, something good. If I can wait.
Hello, folks. This is Gary. And yes, the video title is true. This is as huge as vintage entertainment news gets. You're looking right now at footage from a newly surfaced 1967 episode of What's My Line, featuring Carl Reiner as the mystery guest. Apologies in advance for talking over the footage and for the atrocious sound quality. I don't have a real mic. I'm recording this on my phone, and talking directly via voiceover is not the sort of thing that I've ever done before, and I don't expect to make a habit of it in the future. But there's a few things I want to talk about. I'll never have a more captive audience, right? So I'll try to keep this as short as possible. Not a strong suit of mine, but look at it this way. The longer I jabber away over the preview footage, the more preview footage you get to see. Win-win for everybody, right? I promised to show some footage before the end of this video without my jabbering over it, so stay tuned. The last time a lost What's My Line film surfaced was almost 10 years ago. Actually, under very similar circumstances, a listing on eBay that showed up out of the blue. And about a year later, another lost episode turned up through very different means that I can't really talk about. But that first 1950 episode with mystery guest Kathleen Windsor just showed up in an eBay listing. No one expected it. And that's just what happened recently with this new 1967 show. That first lost episode by this point has well over 250,000 views, and no one alive has any idea who Kathleen Windsor is. This new show, though, we're talking about Carl Reiner here. This is a major, major find, and I couldn't be happier to be able to make it available. I doubt we would have snagged either film without the help of Stan Taffel, who I'd like to say a few words about, though honestly I'm embarrassed to be introducing Stan to anybody. Nobody knows who I am. Stan, on the other hand, has won several Emmys, for crying out loud. He's been a major film preservationist and collector for decades and runs the Cinecon Festival every year in LA. You can see him here standing in front of just a fraction of his gigantic overall private collection. And he's working on some really huge, imminent stuff. It's under wraps for now, but it will absolutely blow people away when it all comes together. When that first lost episode from 1950 surfaced, Stan offered to help make sure we get the film, bringing his enormous, invaluable experience with the nuts and bolts of winning eBay auctions. And when we did win the film, he expertly transferred the print to digital so it could be added to this channel. My gratitude, and I know the gratitude of fans of the show all over, is too immense to adequately express. Over the years, he's continued to provide this kind of support to several other group-funded acquisitions that are posted to this channel. Public service films narrated by Arlene Francis or John Daly, one of them in color. But when a new episode of What's My Line surfaces, it's really on another level entirely. The kind of opportunity you can't ever plan for, but you have to immediately leap upon it when it does, lest the films get snagged by a private collector who will squirrel it away and never share it with anyone. The fact that this episode turned up now, just a few weeks after I decided to return to the What's My Line world after a years-long absence, when no new videos have been posted to this new channel, well, even as a deeply skeptical and self-doubting kind of guy, it feels almost stubborn to chalk this up to nothing but pure serendipity. Who knows? I do know that it's certainly an enormous stroke of good fortune. We got the film. Stan's already done his usual expert job of transferring it, as you can see in the footage here. Ordinarily, the next step would be to upload it here to the YouTube channel, as I've always done. But that's probably not going to happen, folks. I hate to say it, but the time has finally come to find a better permanent home for this archive than YouTube, where copyright battles are completely unfair and they never stop, where the entire channel can be deleted forever at any point if I just happen to get 3 unjustified copyright strikes in a row in a short enough period of time. But rest assured, I will absolutely be making this new Lost episode available for free to the public in a permanent place in the very near future for viewing and even downloading. But for the time being, I'm only going to be showing this in a live stream. I don't plan on adding anything of real substance to YouTube ever again on any of my 6 channels. I'm just done. I'm done feeding this particular corporate beast. I've explained the reasons for this more in depth in posts in the Facebook group. Lost episode, which will be on October 19th, are also explained at length, ad nauseum, in highly repetitive posts already made to the Facebook group. You're just going to have to join to learn more. Why not just spill the beans now? Because our current Facebook group, while genuinely great, frankly, it's just a shadow of what it used to be. If you didn't already know, a couple of years ago, Facebook annihilated the original group. We used to have 8,000 members. We now have fewer than 800. The original group flourished for 8 years. Among the many, many things that made it so special was the participation of Peter Gable, son of Arlene Francis and Martin Gable, who sadly passed away about 3 years ago. Less than a year later, Facebook, without warning, notice, explanation, or recourse, deleted the group, and along with it went all of its history, including all those irreplaceable comments from Peter. And I'll tell you, honestly, at the time, it felt like a last nail in the coffin kind of thing for me. I was just done. Done fighting these heartless platforms, done seeing years of effort vanish over and over again, time after time, platform after platform, including the Internet Archive of all things. It felt like the wind had been knocked out of me for the last time with this vintage media stuff that I've been doing since the late 90s, really. But a bunch of things have changed. A couple of months ago, it finally felt like time to return. The new What's My Line group is beginning to show some real signs of life again. And then boom, into our collective laps drops this new What's My Line episode. And not just any episode, mind you, but one featuring Carl Reiner, who was never on any other episode of the show. And I can tell you right now, this is really one of the funniest mystery guest segments in the whole 17-year run of the show. And Stan thinks so too, incidentally. No exaggeration, it's hilarious. I can't wait for folks to see it. So I'm going full-blown manipulative evil mad genius by inviting folks to join the Facebook group for the details. The link's in the description, of course. The new group is going very well, it really is. But the truth is that a great deal of damage has been done by the deletion of the original group. We have 1/10 of the members we used to have. And I know that this community isn't gone. It's just dormant and still watching the shows. The What's My Line channel currently gets well over 2 million views a month. And this is despite my not having added a new video here in years. This is really not how YouTube usually works. It's a testament to how popular this show remains after all these years. This newly discovered Lost episode is a huge, unexpected gift at just the right time. Because what better way to convince folks who either used to be members of the original group or anyone else who's interested to join the new group now to celebrate such a rare, fortuitous, momentous occasion. Let's face it, Facebook is the Titanic. The platform has been dying for years. It's not going to recover, but there's no alternative yet. So if we're stuck with Facebook, which we are, we're going to play some beautiful chamber music on the deck while the ship goes down. Because if we preserve and foster this very active, very vibrant, very, very special community that the show itself engenders, there will always be a What's My Line fan community as long as there's a place for fans to gather. Right now, that's still Facebook. If you've tried to find the group recently and ran into dead links, yeah, very soon all of the links in all the video descriptions will point to the correct group again. And longer term, there are big plans afoot to finally finish the What's My Line book that's been in the works for 10 years now, more newly surfaced material we're working toward acquiring, and creating a permanent independent media archive, the Vintage Media Vault, off of capricious corporate platforms like YouTube. A place where carefully collected, archived, and vetted public domain material can not just be posted, but actually protected and defended from the endless existential threats posed by platforms like YouTube and Facebook. A safe, sustainable, permanent home for legitimately public domain material. In other words, what the Internet Archive was supposed to be. but isn't. It's long overdue. It's entirely doable. And discoveries like this lost episode here will, I hope, encourage people to take it more seriously when it launches than any amount of jabbering from me could accomplish. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Here's a clip.
I'm Phyllis. It was nice to have you with us again. And Barry Nelson, hope you had some fun. It was good to see you on the panel again. Hope you come back again, but we don't have much time, is there? Good night, Phyllis.
Good night, John. Good night, Barry.
Good night, Phyllis. Good night.
Good night, Barry. Good night,
These
Dibble.
days, it reminds me of that coffee advertisement on television. The fellow comes to town and tastes the coffee, and everybody goes into ecstasies. Someday I'm hoping he'll come and say it's terrible coffee. Good night, John.
No, he went to Tilton School for a visit, and he came back. He doesn't like coffee. I don't understand, but I guess after 17 and a half years, I shouldn't expect to. And thanks to all of you for being with us on What's My Line?
Thanks for listening. Please join the new Facebook group, and I hope to see you all for this live stream in a couple of weeks. October 19th, mark your calendar.